Hey everyone, it's Rebecca here from Vita Wellness, and I'm back with Justin Batt from Wellness Centre. He's been a wellness practitioner for 30 years. He's owned his own clinical practice, and he's basically a holistic health practitioner. So, what I want to ask you, Justin, is why do you feel a product like Nanofy is essential for everybody?
Well, the thing is with it, Beck, my whole focus through my career has been working out and working backwards to what is the source of illness and disease or dysfunction, pain, injury, whatever you want to call it. And it always comes back to inflammation. So, very much what I've been into. And remember, through those 30 years, I've done around 100,000 treatments using hands on treatment. The treatment I developed called spinal balance. And we've also used our biofeedback technology, which works directly with the nervous system. But what I've been always focused on, because it's naturally the way that my brain works, is what is causing what? Like it's a sequence of events. Illness and disease is a sequence of events. Now, I like to work back to what is actually causing it. And what happens way too often is that people end up getting treatments or taking pills or supplements that are for secondary conditions. They're secondary results of a previous or what I call a primary imbalance in the system. Now, when we look at whether it be working with biofeedback with the nervous system or hands on treatment, what I've seen over and over again is inflammation is at the root cause of so much illness, disease, pain, and suffering. Everything from headaches, migraines, to digestive issues, to allergies, to autoimmune, to fatigue and lethargy. I mean, the list goes on and on. So remember, all I ask anyone to do is think it through. Are you treating the secondary symptom or are you getting more at the root cause? Now, the way to keep this incredibly simple is understand that inflammation is at the root cause of pretty much anything you can think of. So knowing that, before we go and start treating the secondary results or conditions, let's start treating the primary cause, because a lot of those secondary conditions then fall away and there's no need to treat them because you've got rid of the primary cause.
And this is really why people have very fast results once they start dealing with in the inflammatory response in the body,
Yep.
with inflammation.
Yep.
The healing response by the body is the body is able to prioritize the healing,
Yep.
the repair, the recovery so much better. Do you think that explains why people start sleeping better, feeling like they've got more energy?
Well, it explains why person A can have six symptoms and the other person can have six entirely different symptoms,
Mm.
because it's all a manifestation of when inflammation's in place, how where their weaknesses are, their individual weaknesses, those parts of the body or brain will start to break down and create those symptoms. But again, they're secondary symptoms. Let's go back and treat the primary underlying cause that is not allowing healing to get to those parts of the brain and the body. And that's why the Nanofy becomes what you would call an essential baseline supplement. Because if you start to clear inflammation and work at the baseline, it will not only treat and correct the inflammation, it'll correct those other five or six symptoms in many cases, because healing energy is then able to flow and go into those parts of the brain or body so that your innate healing abilities are actually able to step in and do their job. They're not able to do their job because inflammation has been stopping them. So think of it that it doesn't matter what you're on. You can take those 6, 8 other supplements for the secondary. If you're not taking the primary, then you are not going to get the results. It's like when I'm doing hands-on treatment. If someone's out of alignment, we've got the best at my practice. We have probably 5 or 6 of the best massage therapists. But again, if there's a structural imbalance that is creating the muscle locking, we need to correct that structural imbalance before we get the muscles right. Because if we don't, we treat the muscles, the person's going to be back to where they were very quickly. It's the same thing with this. If you keep treating the 5 or 6 secondary symptoms, you're going to need to treat them forever and a day, but you're not going to be getting better. You're not going to be healing and regenerating, because the inflammation on a daily basis is going to be breaking those systems down again. So what I'd say to anyone is it's essential to get the inflammation from your body. And the best product I've come across in 30 years of practice is the Nanofy for that. So that's why I'm incredibly excited with it. We've already got a ton of our clients onto it. And again, we'll see better and better results as we go, because they won't be coming in with inflammation. We might be able dealing with various issues, but the inflammatory part of that condition will be much more under control.
Yeah, I think this is the product that we always hoped would be available at some point, but it
Yeah.
never was until now. So, and do you think just about the product specifically and how effective and how fast acting it is with inflammation? Can you just explain very briefly about why that is with this type of technology, the nanofied curcumin, the delivery system?
Well, it's simple because everything's absorption. It's like for many years I've said to people, when we do a lot of work with people with the biofeedback, a lot of them get very frustrated initially when they come in because they're not well and they're eating a really great diet. And then we have someone else come in and they aren't eating a great diet, but they might be in better health. And the reason is it's got everything to do with absorption. So how effectively do you absorb anything that you put in your body? And one of the great problems with a lot of supplements is how they're designed and how absorbable and bioavailable they are. Like how well can you suck it into your system and process it into the cell and then force the toxicity out of the cell. What we know with the Nanofy is the key to it is the way you can absorb it into the bloodstream, stays there for 24 hours. Most products stay there for 3 or 4 at best, but they won't even get into that depth of level. You won't absorb them like that even in the first place. So you need to go with products that have shown with technology that they are highly absorbable so that you can actually utilize it, because it doesn't matter how many amazing ingredients are in any supplement. Or what does matter, again, primary and secondary, what's primary is how absorbable it is.
It's incredible. It's blowing our minds every day. We're seeing it, you're seeing it, you're experiencing it, so am I, so are your clients. So I think, yeah, we're very, very fortunate to be able to get our hands on something like this. And the fact is it's affordable and it's convenient to take. So just to talk a little bit about that. Like you've said, you haven't ever seen anything as good as this in 30 years of practice. We've got drops that can be, maybe you can just quickly explain how that works.
Well, again, the key with it is that it's one product. Like, instead of needing 6 or 7 and you're on painkillers and you're on the pills for this and that, just go back and get your essentials right. Clear the body of inflammation and let your innate healing abilities do what they were designed to do. And what I loved with it was the simplicity. Like, it's just simple. And also it's applicable for everybody. Like, everyone can just take this baseline product and get their baseline sorted. Now, after you've got your baseline sorted, there are little issues here and there. They're so much easier to treat. Those secondary problems, how much easier are they to treat and to balance out when you haven't got this primary inflammation dragging it down and dragging it out of balance all the time? So again, this is something that's really simple. It's one product. Even with all of my clients, I keep the dosages quite simple. Maintenance, 10 drops a day in the morning. If you're getting more chronic issues or you really need high levels of healing, up that to 10 drops in the morning and 10 drops at night. So we keep that really simple. And again, it's very usable because remember, with a little bottle, you can carry it everywhere. You can take it everywhere. I think the days of getting somewhere when you've traveled and pulling out your 8 supplements are gone. I think you might have your Nanofy and then maybe 1 or 2 others tops, which is how much easier and how much better is that going to be? So they're the great advantages of the Nanofy.
Incredible. So such an essential that everybody can take, safe for kids, safe for pets.
Yep.
We've had great success with this with pets, even behavioural issues in pets. So inflammation, I suppose, just manifests in a variety of ways, as you've said, for different ailments and different people. And there's nobody that really can't take it. It's non-toxic. It's non-GMO, so you can't overdose on this, and you don't need a whole lot.
And just on that, sorry to interrupt, Beck, but just on that, what's really important with that is that so many people are confused with the health industry because they get 6 or 7 products and they go home and they go, oh, that's for that. And mind you, it's different. It's no different with all the pills people are on as well. There's 6 or 7 of those. So it all becomes overwhelming and complex for everyone. Let's simplify everything and just get back to the root cause and get that right and then worry about what follows after that, because people are in the state at the moment where they're just overloaded with everything. And in a lot of cases, we're treating the secondary symptoms. My advice to people is, even if you want to stay on those other products at the moment while you introduce the Nanofy, like I did, I was on about 4 or 5 different things for various systems in my body, and I take the best of the best. What I've found over about the last month or so is that's gone from 5 down to 2 products. And I think it'll actually probably end up going down to 1, because once you really truly get control of the inflammation, other things aren't able to manifest because your body is back in a state of balance.
Yeah, and I mean that also looks like, cost saving for families, and
Oh,
families can have and share the product. A lot of people can, like you say, eliminate other supplements, and in some cases maybe certain medications that have been used to
yeah,
regulate the body in ways that the body will start to re-regulate itself. So maybe the requirements for the same types of things won't be as necessary. So it's very
yeah.
exciting. We're very, very excited about this innovations technology. And yeah, you can, if you are in contact with Justin through his wellness center, you can talk to him about how to get this product. And yeah, we will keep you updated with all the new things as they come up. So thanks, Justin.
Thanks, Beck.